Most people are happy when they're surrounded by friends, praised by others, or part of a big crowd. But Sigma males aren't like most people. The things that make them happy are quiet, powerful, and often unsettling to others. Why? Because their happiness doesn't come from comfort, it comes from freedom. Sigma males aren't driven by praise, attention, or social approval. They find joy in things that look strange to the outside world. Things like walking away without a word, staying calm in chaos, or sitting alone for hours. These actions confuse people. They seem cold. They seem distant. But for a Sigma male, they're deeply fulfilling. This video is about those unsettling things, the ones that make Sigma males feel alive while making everyone else stop and stare. These are not common pleasures. They're not what most people chase. But they are what keep a Sigma male steady, clear, and fully in control of his life. The truth is, Sigma males don't need much to be happy. They don't chase excitement or approval. They chase peace, truth, and purpose. That's why the world often misunderstands them. People think they're emotionless, but they're not. They feel deeply. They just don't show it the way others expect. What makes them happy is usually linked to who they are at the core. It's about silence, strength, and not being tied down. It's about knowing they don't owe the world anything and feeling proud of that. These 6 things may seem cold or even harsh to outsiders. But for a Sigma male, they are powerful. They bring real peace. And they help him stay grounded in a world that's constantly trying to pull people in every direction. Thing number 1, complete solitude. Most people avoid being alone. They fill their schedules with noise, faces, and distractions. But Sigma males are different. For them, complete solitude isn't uncomfortable, it's perfect. It's where they think best, feel best, grow strongest. And most people don't understand that. Solitude is more than just being away from people. It's about total silence. No talking, no distractions, no noise. Just space to think, breathe, and exist without pressure. For the Sigma male, that silence is not empty. It's full of clarity. It's full of power. It's where he reconnects with himself and his goals. This kind of solitude can last for hours, days, or even longer. And the longer it lasts, the more the Sigma male feels like himself again. He doesn't get lonely. He gets sharper. While others panic without constant contact, he relaxes. While others rush to be seen, he hides on purpose and enjoys it. The outside world finds this unsettling. Friends might worry. Family might call it strange. Co-workers might think he's cold. But to the Sigma male, solitude is healing. It's not about avoiding people forever. It's about choosing peace over noise. In that solitude, he solves problems. He reflects on mistakes. He plans moves without having to explain them to anyone. He doesn't need advice. He doesn't need approval. He needs silence. And that silence makes him more dangerous in the best way. Because when he returns to the world, he's ready. He's focused. He's seen things clearly that others missed while they were busy trying to keep up. That time alone gave him an edge. This also means he doesn't rely on others to feel whole. If everyone left him tomorrow, he'd still be okay. That's unsettling to people who can't stand to be alone for 5 minutes. They don't get how someone could enjoy a full day without a single conversation. But that's the difference between the average person and the Sigma male. He doesn't fear quiet moments. He craves them. Because in those moments, he's not performing. He's not pretending. He's not keeping up with anyone else's pace. He's just existing, fully and freely. This doesn't mean Sigma males hate people. They enjoy meaningful connections. They just don't need them to feel good. They don't chase shallow interactions to fill space. They wait for something real. And until it comes, they're happy in silence. There's a reason many of the world's most powerful thinkers, creators, and leaders valued solitude. It clears the mind. It resets the soul. It sharpens vision. And for the Sigma male, it's one of the purest forms of happiness he can find. Thing number 2. Walking away without explaining. Most people feel like they owe everyone an explanation. When they leave a job, a relationship, or even a simple group chat, they explain themselves. They try to avoid hurt feelings. They try to make it smooth. But Sigma males don't do that. They just walk away. To most people that seems cold, heartless, unfair. But to the Sigma male it's honest. He knows when something no longer serves him. And when that moment comes, he doesn't drag it out. He doesn't make excuses. He just leaves. This action alone unsettles a lot of people, because it breaks a rule that society quietly follows: explain everything. But Sigma males don't follow that rule. They don't feel the need to explain moves that were made from deep thought and personal truth. They know that explaining often leads to drama, to guilt, to pressure. And they don't have time for that. They've already made the decision. The answer is final. There's nothing more to say. Walking away without explaining also sends a message. It says, my peace matters more than your comfort. It says, I don't need you to understand. I need to stay true to myself. This makes manipulators nervous. They can't trap someone who leaves without warning. They can't play games with someone who doesn't even stop to argue. They lose control the second the Sigma male stops talking and starts moving. In relationships, this is especially unsettling. A partner might try to create drama to hold the Sigma back. But when he's done, he's done. No text, no speech, just silence and distance. And that silence is louder than any goodbye. In work or business, the Sigma male might leave when things no longer align with his values. He won't stay out of fear. He won't wait for approval. He trusts his gut. And when it tells him to go, he goes. Some people call this running, but it's not. It's choosing. Choosing self-respect. Choosing clarity. Choosing not to waste another second in a place that no longer fits. The people left behind often feel shocked. They say he just left, but that's the point. He leaves before the damage starts, before he becomes bitter, before the situation gets worse. That's smart, not selfish. Walking away without explaining also protects his energy. He doesn't spend hours defending his peace. He just keeps it. That's what makes him so hard to pin down. He's not afraid to disappear. And he doesn't need anyone's permission to do it. This isn't about being rude. It's about not wasting time. The Sigma male knows his time is limited, so he cuts ties with what drains him and keeps moving. And while others are still talking about it, still trying to make sense of it, he's already moved on. To a better place. A clearer mind. A new chapter. That's unsettling to people who depend on closure. But for the Sigma male, peace is the only closure he needs. Thing number 3, turning pain into power. Everyone goes through pain. Some people get stuck in it. Others try to avoid it. But Sigma males do something different. They take pain and use it. They turn it into growth, into purpose, into power. And that makes people uncomfortable because most people don't know how to deal with pain without falling apart. Sigma males don't pretend pain doesn't exist. They feel it fully. They sit with it. But they don't let it control them. They don't act like victims. They don't expect pity. They look at the pain and ask, what can I learn from this? This response is rare. When most people feel hurt, they complain, blame, or shut down. They avoid looking at the real cause. But Sigma males go straight to the root. They ask hard questions. Why did this happen? What mistake did I make? How can I use this to grow? They don't rush the healing process. They take time. They reflect. They write. They walk. They think. That slow process creates something strong. It builds a kind of wisdom that can't be found in comfort. This approach unsettles people who depend on comfort to feel okay. They see the Sigma male go through heartbreak, loss, betrayal, and still come out sharper, more focused, stronger than before. That kind of bounce back is hard to watch when you haven't done your own healing. Sigma males also don't wear their pain like a badge. They don't need everyone to know they've been hurt. They keep it private. But inside, that pain becomes fuel. It becomes drive. It becomes clarity. They might train harder, study deeper, work longer. Not to escape the pain, but to use it. Every sharp moment becomes a tool. Every setback becomes a teacher. Every wound becomes a new layer of armor. This transformation makes people nervous because it shows what's possible. It shows that pain doesn't have to break you. It can make you. but only if you face it without flinching. In relationships, Sigma males don't drag past pain into new ones. They deal with it first. They don't project. They don't repeat cycles. They break them. That maturity is rare, and it's built from experience, not theory. When life hits hard, they don't go numb. They don't act like nothing happened. They absorb it. Then they channel it into purpose, into discipline, into movement. This mindset keeps them moving when others stop. It keeps them focused when others are lost. And it makes their happiness deeper because it was earned through fire, not comfort. That's unsettling to people who've never faced their pain. They can't understand how someone can be peaceful after so much damage. But that peace isn't from ignoring pain, it's from conquering it. And once a Sigma male learns how to turn pain into power, he never fears it again. Thing number 4. Seeing through people. Instantly, Sigma males are quiet observers. They watch more than they speak. They listen to tone, body language, small details, and because of that they can see through people fast. It's not magic, it's awareness. And while it brings them peace, it also makes others uncomfortable. Most people wear masks. They try to look confident, kind or powerful, even when they're not. And those masks usually work, but not with a Sigma male. He sees what others miss. The small lie in a sentence, the fake smile, the hesitation in the eyes. This ability comes from being on the outside. Sigma males aren't caught up in social games. They're not trying to win favor or get approval. They're just watching. They're collecting data. They're seeing patterns. That sharp awareness gives them an edge in every area of life. In work, they spot fake leaders. In friendships, they see hidden jealousy. In relationships, they notice when something feels off, even if nothing's been said yet. They don't confront right away. They don't attack. They store the information. And when the time is right, they act or leave. That calm move can shock people who thought their act was working. Seeing through people makes the Sigma male happy, not in a cruel way, but because it keeps him safe. It keeps him honest. It helps him protect his time, energy, and peace. But it also unsettles people. No one likes being seen clearly, especially when they're trying to hide something. The Sigma male's quiet stare feels like a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see in that mirror. This gift also helps them build better connections. They can tell when someone is real, when someone is safe, when someone is worth trusting. That makes their small circle deep and loyal. People often feel exposed around Sigma males, not because they say anything, but because they don't have to. Their silence says, "I see you," and that's enough to make people nervous. It also makes them hard to lie to, hard to trick, hard to lead. That unsettles those who want control. But it brings the Sigma male joy, because truth matters more to him than comfort. Even in new spaces, he reads the room in seconds. He knows who to avoid, who to observe, who to engage. That fast sorting keeps him light, fast, and clean from drama. And when someone tries to test him, he usually lets them finish, then responds with something sharp, simple, and true. That's enough to change the whole dynamic. This gift can feel lonely at times, but Sigma males would rather be alone with truth than surrounded by fake energy. That's the kind of clarity they live for. And when you can see people clearly, you move smarter, love deeper, and stay ahead. That's real peace and real power. Thing number 5. Saying no. Without guilt, most people struggle to say no. They say yes to avoid conflict. They agree to things they don't want, just to be liked. But Sigma males have no problem saying no. And more than that, they feel good when they do it. That unsettles people who depend on guilt to get their way. Sigma males don't see no as rude. They see it as honest. When something doesn't align with their goals, energy, or values, they say no. No long story. No fake excuse. Just a direct response. This kind of clarity is rare. Most people expect some kind of explanation, but the Sigma male doesn't give one. He knows that no is a full sentence. This gives him more time, more focus, and more peace. Every no is a door closed to something that wasn't right. And closing that door feels good, not bad. People who use guilt or pressure don't like this. They can't sway him with sadness, flattery, or anger. They can't make him feel bad for putting himself first, and that makes them nervous. This also helps Sigma males avoid burnout. They don't stretch themselves too thin. They don't say yes just to keep the peace. They protect their energy, and that protection gives them power. They don't do things just because it's expected. They ask, does this serve me? Does this matter? Is this real? If the answer is no, they say it out loud, and they don't apologize for it. That kind of boundary makes people uncomfortable, but it makes the Sigma male happy, because he knows he's not living someone else's life. He's living his own. Every no clears space for a better yes, and that's a trade he's always willing to make. Thing number 6, staying emotionally neutral. In a world where people react fast and often without thinking, Sigma males stand out for one major reason. They stay emotionally neutral. They don't overreact. They don't get dragged into other people's drama. They don't swing wildly from happy to angry to sad. They stay calm, clear, and steady. And that peace makes them truly happy. Most people think happiness comes from big moments, excitement, parties, praise. But for Sigma males, it comes from control. Not control over others, but control over themselves. The ability to feel emotion but not be ruled by it. That's where they find their joy. They can sit in a stressful room and feel nothing but focus. They can hear someone insult them and not take it personally. They can face rejection without breaking down. This doesn't mean they don't feel. It means they don't let feelings lead them off track. Emotional neutrality gives them power. When other people get pulled into arguments or emotional traps, the Sigma male watches quietly. He waits. He thinks. He chooses the best move, not the fastest reaction. That's what unsettles people. They expect the Sigma male to respond like everyone else, to yell back, to explain himself, to react emotionally. But he doesn't. He stays still. And that stillness throws people off. In relationships, this calm energy makes them reliable. They don't cause chaos. They don't feed drama. They stay the same even when things get hard. That brings peace, but it also makes others feel exposed. Because when one person stays calm, it shows who's really losing control. At work, emotional neutrality makes them strong under pressure. They don't snap in meetings. They don't panic during change. They respond with reason, not reaction. That makes them stand out. People often ask how Sigma males stay so calm. The answer is simple. They've trained for it. Through pain, through solitude, through deep thought. They've seen that reacting emotionally often makes things worse. So they chose a different path. And over time, that choice became natural. Now they protect their peace like it's gold. They don't argue for fun. They don't chase closure. They don't engage in pointless battles. They let people think what they want, and they keep moving. This emotional discipline also gives them freedom. When you don't need to win every argument or respond to every attack, you save time and energy. And that saved energy gets used on things that matter. Sigma males find happiness in this calm state. It's not loud, but it's deep. It's not flashy, but it's lasting. It comes from knowing they can handle life without breaking under the weight of emotions. And while others burn out from constant reaction, Sigma males stay light, clear, focused. That peace brings them joy and unsettles anyone who can't control their emotions. What makes a Sigma male happy often looks cold to others. But it's not cold, it's clear. It's built from peace, not noise, from discipline, not drama, from self-respect, not approval. While others chase comfort, the Sigma male chases clarity. And in that clarity he finds joy. In silence he grows. In solitude he resets. In truth he stands tall. You don't have to understand his happiness. You just have to accept that it comes from a place few people ever reach. Because the things that unsettle others are exactly what keep the Sigma male strong, focused, and truly free.